Standard pups, load them all up. Doing a Von 3 run just to wrap up the evening. Hopefully we'll get sound from the game in addition to sound through the headset, but we'll see.
A majestic being of metal and magic glares at you from the cavern ahead. Inevitable as a Maori.
Von 3 on normal tonight. Oh good, that's nice that Tsunami picked up both of them. This is kind of odd because sometimes you'll get this mini named here, but he doesn't leave a chest. Sometimes you'll get no mini named, but there is a chest, and sometimes you'll get no mini named and no chest. So, not sure exactly what's going on there, but it doesn't seem right. Got 3 of the 3 with implosion, so yay. Don't see a guy down the hall. Sometimes there's one stuck back down here. There he is. See if we can stun him and keep him from going to ground. Ah, he's dead. So I'm going to see if...
A group of drow ambushers in the next room howls a battle cry. Dale's tribe must be determined to fight you and the inevitable at once.
I'm also trying to use my iPad off to the side to see if I can keep up with chat. And what I'm not clear on is how to, yep, notifications seem good. So you may hear some things coming from that. It's because I'm trying to learn more on how to use my iPad as a second console, and so you may hear some sound effects playing through the microphone from the iPad sitting next to me. But hopefully you're hearing in-game sounds tonight. I'm not sure why it wasn't playing some in-game sounds last night, that I didn't change anything in my setup, but I was managing not to.
It is true. Patrols and drow are working together.
Okay, so I set the iPad for chat only. Chat only, please. And then apply. Okay. So now the iPad's sitting on the chat screen. So no one chatting anyway, but I think that's ideal because that way I could use the iPad as a side console so that if someone were chatting, then I'd have that. Then I'd be able to use it as a console and respond, or see what they were saying and respond. So, of course, it only matters while it's live. If you're watching this pre-recorded, then it wouldn't matter at all. But at least this way, I can also see that it's recording. I didn't want to stop what I was doing long enough to see if the sound was coming through properly, but hopefully the sound's coming through. When I did a test earlier, it came through, but that didn't tell me why wasn't it coming through before, of course. But so this is one of those times where it seems like there's a lot going on, and not like that, I like simple, but actually most of it's just noise. A lot of fa-fa-la, but not taking much damage from it. Don't have to cure solve the poison there, but I tend to get rid of debuffs as soon as they happen. So nice effect. I was able to catch them all with the sound burst. Target the next one. Catch them both with the sound burst. Hard target the next one. He's down. Up. Went too soon. Have to jump back up there and be able to target him better again. We'll get rid of the Scorpion Wizard. I can get enough angle on him to target him from here. Yep. I was worried that because of the angle, you can actually put on jump and feather fall and jump across to the platform and fight them that way. And I have done that before, but it just seems simpler to me now that just to do what I've been doing and kind of jump up on the rock and then shoot them one by one. Let me see if I can rapidly get audio only, chat only, auto. See, get the video going. I'm gonna implode these guys, and I'm gonna listen off my headphones. Yeah, so it does sound like the video's coming through, the audio's coming through, so good. Okay, we'll get and turn the audio back down on the iPad, and I'm going to ask it to go back to chat only mode. Apply. Okay, so that seems ideal. Is I can go to the current video on the iPad, and then put it in chat only mode, and then use it as a chat console off to the side here, so that if somebody did chat, then hopefully it would catch my eye, and voila, and work just like you would want it to. So basically, I'm trying to get working back up to 28 again, so that is more help in the mark of death raids, and because he's got six more lives he needs to go through for epic reincarnations. So keep this show on the road. And so Von 3 makes a nice daily where it's fairly relaxing, even though there's a lot going on, and so it's a fun scenario to play through, and it's worth quite a few XP, which makes it nice. Even though they tuned it down, actually reduced the XP along the way, experience points along the way, then it's still worth plenty that it's worth doing. It's worth more on Epic Hard than on Epic Normal, but I'm playing through an Epic Normal tonight. Just because, simple. Just back from a shooting simulation, and so having a nice relaxing run through Von 3 is handy. So talked about Dworkin before. Dworkin is a pure cleric. He is a offensive caster, what on the forums sometimes they call a light spammer, and so he has a number of light SLAs and emphasis on positive energy and on light energy, and at the higher levels on positive crits and light crits. At this level he's limited because of gear. I mean, he does this just great for somebody at level 23, but not nearly as capable as when he gets his level 28 gear on. And the big things for the Death Mark raid, this one fellow right here is a bard, and we want to get rid of him for exactly that reason that we just saw. So there's two things. Is first, let's just give him a tsunami. Sometimes tsunami misses just like that, even though I had him targeted. If you're not directly facing him when the tsunami goes off, it's very directional. It just misses him. So this is taking much too long, much too long. This guy should already be dead now. Looked like he had almost no hit points left, and then I hit him with another spell, and he lived through it. So as I mentioned before, spell-like abilities, Nimbus of Light and Holy Smite come from his enhancements, and Searing Light also from enhancements. And then Avenging Light comes from Exalted Angel, is Epic Destiny. And I traded, earlier I had one of the other, in earlier videos, I had a different Exalted Angel spell-like ability loaded and switched it back to Avenging Light because Avenging Light gives about the same damage over 4 casts as the Sunbolt spell does over a single cast, but it also refreshes faster, and so because Dworkin can have a proc of the Colors of the Queen, 7% chance of that, or 7 and chances of crit and so on, and so I think he actually does more damage with the more frequent spell than he would with
architecture in the halls ahead.
the bigger boom but less frequent. But what he really needs is more AoE spells. Let's see if we can give people an implosion opportunity, as I like to say. If you ever do see me on Thelanis and you want to join me for a run sometime on Dworkin, then just holler at me. That I enjoy having other people in group. That tonight it looked like a lot of people in the guild were running their lobbies, and so although their lobbies are about getting back to where Dworkin is at, but as I say, tonight I just mostly want to relax and pop on and do a Von 3 and then call it a night. And get some more XP in so that I can keep Dworkin moving along. And probably a good order of killing people here would be to focus on these casters first and keep them from let's get rid of all this mess that they've cast. Focus on these casters first, and then get them out of the way. Even though the tsunami cost a bit more, I don't mind wasting it on a healing mob because they can be a pain, especially if you've got marginal DPS, not enough damage per second. Then if it's going to end up being a race where I have to decide whether I can out-heal them or not, then let's go back here and get rid of the caster. Dworkin's got good healing, good mitigation, so especially once these other fellows are blinded, the Holy Smite has a side benefit that it blinds the tunes, and so if you're in a crowd and they're blind, then they tend to run around and not know exactly where you're at. Or archers will actually run up and touch you to see where you are, and then go back to where they were. But while they're doing all that, they're not shooting arrows at you, so it's a nice thing. So clean all this up, make sure I didn't, and I suspect I did, forget the side trip over here. So we'll go clean this up, get our R going. I got busy talking and forgot to come kill these guys. And they need killing. So, having pretty good effect with Sound Burst. Even though these guys have some spell penetration. I rolled an 18 for a spell pen check that time. So, that got right through their spell pen. Another nice XP boost. 4,000 XP points for killing that guy. Yeah, a 3 got through his spell pen, so got plenty of spell pen for these guys. Pick up a mushroom on the way by. I don't think there's anything that I really need out of any of these chests. They're all just kind of vendor fodder. Find the caster. I rolled a 1 for a spell pen check. Now you might think this guy would just give up after watching everybody else die, but no, he fights to the bitter end. Now we've got boxes to break. Now, so if you didn't pick up this room, so that got us the ransack, but if you didn't pick up this room, then you'd be missing some breakables. And the whole point in DDO is if you break all the breakables, then you get a experience points bonus. So it's a good thing. So the wizards run out to the front, but it's a trick because they're saving the bard in the back. So let's get the bard wiped out because bards are bad. These guys are constantly casting fear to try and shake you. Ready? We've got some archers lounging over here, clearly not doing a good job of guarding. And then we'll be ready to face the beholders. Won't be as many beholders in this one because it's on epic normal. I think that's the big time saver from my point of view is epic normal. Then you know, just run in, kill half as many beholders, and get on with it. Still worth 36,000 at the bottom, and then 14,000 so far in specials options. That's kind of random. That sometimes you get a lot of rares. There's a few guaranteed rares like that one side trip.
The Marut stalks down the hall to your right.
Sometimes you get more rares, and sometimes you get fewer rares.
The locked gate
Like the Drow ambassador.
Outer boundaries of the Drow encampment.
And there's 2 opportunities in, with the beholders for rares. Now let's put on our
In the distance, you hear a strange
10 spot and our 5 spot spell absorption.
Vale recruited. Never heard of a beholder serving
And that'll keep the beholders negative energy effects from having. Good, good. Two beholders down. Sometimes there's one up in this area. Sometimes there's a name beholder in this area, and sometimes there's not. So there's one across there. If we jump up here, there's probably one down there. Where are you going? I don't understand what his strategy was. Seemed like he was hiding more than... So we use Q in here to... literally pushing the Q button to look for these runes. So there'll be 3 of the runes in to... They open up the passage to head to the next area. Actually, back in the day when we got one of the name beholders up there and a force field around his chest. So let's go deal with him, I guess. Back in the day, people would actually come in here and kind of sneak around and get the runes without dealing with the beholders. As one of the solutions. So he can keep me from casting on him, and that's what he's doing, is hitting me with anti-magic rays. But my item is absorbing his negative energy rays, and so he's not able to reduce my attributes. So I picked up another 6,000 there, and we may have one more beholder over here in the corner, or may not. Still looking for 2 more runes. Here's one of them. Yes, we got the one that was in the corner, was the one that ducked down. There's the last rune. Oh. Let's get our correct necklace on. And our correct cape on. Cloak. Sorry, cloak. Get our correct cloak on. Now I got to put on all the rest of our buffs.
More sparse as you emerge from the beholder's domain.
The next special area is actually a jumping thing, but the secret is don't jump, which makes it right up Jorkin's alley, right? Because I am a challenged jumper.
Ahead,
Although, the other thing I tend to forget is that I'm in the Exalted Angel and have a jump boost. But okay, so you get to right here, and then the trickiness is don't jump, just run off the rock. And then jump out here as you go from rock to rocks, where you can see what you're doing. And then you can't miss. Well, you can miss, but it certainly makes it hard to miss. His golem actually does a pretty good job of trying to get in between you and the caster, Iron Golem, and I appreciate that. I think the Iron Golem does a nice job. It doesn't work because you could just kind of make sure you have a direct line of sight to the caster and work from there, but at least his intent's good. His strategy was right, even though it doesn't work. Get a little extra boost from our Exalted Angelness. And a free feather fall on the way down. Give these guys an implosion opportunity, and we'll give them a blade barrier. And we got the big jumps because we're feather falling, and because I threw my 30-point jump clicky. Now, as soon as he dies, a whole bunch more people come through from here. But because we're on normal, and my blade barrier is both empowered and maximized, then I have pretty good luck with it killing everything. And after these guys die, then they automatically trigger people to come from the side room there. Voila. So Soundburst kind of works against me this way, because if they were busy running through the blade barrier, then they would be killing themselves, which would be handy for my plan of killing them and taking